What is going on, guys? It is I, Deimos, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're going to go over an update that we got just a few minutes ago regarding a patch coming out tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. in your local time zone. So, some of the things that are going to get fixed are mainly going to be issues that were stemming from the November update. So this involves like moats, along with the horticulture gear and just some stuff like that. So we're just going to get right into it. Motes from elemental enemies are going to start dropping again. They fixed an issue causing a large number of motes to drop from elemental enemies. They also are nerfing them. We removed elemental motes as rewards for gathering elemental creatures and reduced the amount of other resources acquired from them to account for the number of them in the world and the frequency at which they spawn. So basically they originally wanted them to be harder enemies and a little bit less frequent, but obviously that is not the case if you've ever been in an area where elemental enemies live. They are everywhere. I do hope that they did not touch the XP gain from chopping these, because that was like the most painless way to level logging. So if you don't have your logging at 100 or 200 and they nerf the XP, this is really going to be a pain for you. And I'm sorry, I feel bad for you. But hopefully they don't mess with that and they just kind of mess around with the resources. I'm not really surprised about this because, like I said in my tips video, they really don't want anything to be like super easy or super fast. So I kind of saw this coming, I guess, but we're going to move on to the horticulture gear. You should be getting your horticulture gear back tomorrow after the update. You're going to get them in the boxes like they said, and it's going to roll at the maximum gear score for that tier that you have equipped. These reward chests contain a full set of horticulturist armor, provided at the highest tier you've personally acquired in the past from any piece of the harvester set. They are also rolling at the maximum gear score for that tier and are going to be usable at any level to ensure that you can equip them. These items are marked as bind on equip like any harvester armor piece you would normally encounter, and once you open the chest, you'll get your 5 items, being the hat, shirt, gloves, pants, and shoes. So that's a really good change. You know, a lot of people wondering like, when is this going to happen? And it has finally come into fruition. It was delayed, so that kind of sucks, but at least we're getting them now. This is a big one right here. Re-enabled trading, moving, and salvaging of furniture items. Thank you goodness it is. I'm so glad this is finally fixed. Oh, this has been such a pain. A lot of people on my server have just kind of taken this as their chance to bite the bullet and level furnishing, because in reality, this is not the first time something like this has happened, and I highly doubt it's going to be the last. So if you guys have not started work on your furnishing, I highly recommend you do that. I'm going to start doing that as well, because whenever it goes down like this for a long time, you really feel it, and it is a real pain when trophies are actually like one of the most important items in the whole game. So I'm glad that they're finally turning them back on, but this might be a warning to people to really focus on your furnishing and get it up as high as you can as soon as possible. Fixed a bug where jewel crafting recipes were not granting enough trade skill XP. That is a great fix. I can finally finish my jewel crafting. Recently we lowered the amount of trade skill XP provided to lower tier items when a player reaches a new tier of crafting bases per skill. To use metal as an example, when a player unlocks steel recipes, they earn less XP from crafting iron recipes. We did this to emphasize crafting higher tiered items as you progress through trade skills and to also improve the value of higher tiered materials. Our intention behind this change is to reward players for crafting higher tier items as they progress through the ranks of each trade skill. Before this change, we found players were spending too much time crafting lower tier items as opposed to pushing their crafting skill up, crafting the items that may be useful to their current level. So obviously people were doing this to power level. I mean, it's completely obvious the reasoning behind it. So that's what they're doing. They're just trying to prevent you from being able to level things quickly. Which really sucks because crafting to 200 is a massive grind as it is, and now it's even more of a pain because you need to get the high tier mats and use a ton of flux and just this and that. So they're definitely trying to slow that down, but at least the higher crafts do give a lot of XP, but it's still a negative gain compared to originally, if I'm correct. So that kind of sucks, but you know, what are you going to do? At least jewel crafting is fixed now, so you guys can start leveling your jewel crafting again. Fix an issue where players are not able to fill buy orders from local storage sheds. That's a good fix. I personally never mess around with buy orders, but I'm sure that people who do appreciate this fix. Technical groundwork for server merges. That is a great sign. And war performance enhancement. So war, actually, I just got out of one, and it was probably one of the best running wars I've been in a while. So hopefully this increases that performance and makes them even better. And the technical groundwork for server merges is always good because it means merges are hopefully coming relatively soon, because we all know that merges need to happen as soon as possible. And then just for general bug fixes, we have some Void Golem fixes to, it looks like they're both for Oblivion. Fix to Oblivion not going on cooldown if players swapped weapons during skill startup, and fix to consumable status effects being cleansed by Oblivion. So that's a good fix. I know that was actually a big issue, is if you were in an Oblivion, I think it's a circle, your status effects would just go away. So that's really good, like your good ones. So good fix. Fix an issue that was causing jewel crafting not award appropriate amounts of XP for higher tier crafts. Obviously, we just talked about that. And fixed an issue preventing players from earning the Lumberjack achievement. So any fix is a good fix, even if it's small. And this is not a big list, but it is an incredibly impactful list. So this is going to be a really good update. And a bunch of really good fixes. This is definitely one of the better weekly updates that they have done. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below anything you want to see from me or anything that you're super excited about from this update. Also, if you don't see any uploads from me for the next few days, don't worry, I have things in the works. Some of these videos I have planned are going to take a little bit longer to make and edit, but they are coming. So don't worry if you see me going like maybe 3 days after this video without an upload. I have a lot of stuff planned, it's just I have to get to all of it, and some of it takes longer than the other stuff. But hopefully you guys had a good day, and I will see all of you next time.